Hey, it's Kent with Pardon the Curiosity, and today I went down the rabbit hole with AOC. Yep, buckle up because this ride gets bumpy and the truth's got a few sharp corners. Let me get this straight. Trump greenlights precision strikes on 3 Iranian nuclear facilities. No U.S. troops harmed, direct hit message sent. And what's AOC's response? Well, it's not that she's happy with American strength, and she apparently doesn't want peace through power, and she sure as hell doesn't want a world safe from a nuclear Iran. Nope, she wants impeachment. Yep, impeachment, she says, again. And while AOC's yelling it from every mic she can find, it was disgraced Congressman Al Green who actually filed the paperwork. The same guy who's made impeaching Trump his full-time hobby since 2017. Because apparently sending a message to a rogue nation hell-bent on enriching uranium is more outrageous than her own Green New Deal, which would hand unelected bureaucrats in D.C. total control over how we live, work, and travel. And somehow even less outrageous than the fact that she kept cashing her paychecks during the government shutdown, while Border Patrol agents, air traffic controllers, military families, they all went without. Nah, she doesn't fight for people. She fights for headlines. And just when you thought it couldn't get more absurd, she shows up at the airport to personally welcome home Muhammad Khalil, a radical pro-Hamas agitator from Columbia University. Now, this isn't a journalist. He's not a diplomat. This is a guy who led campus mobs chanting for the destruction of Israel. And AOC's treating him like he just won the Nobel Peace Prize. Why? Well, the cameras was rolling. Yeah, this is the same woman who cried outside an empty fence in a white outfit, acting heartbroken over kids in cages. Obama's cages during the Trump years. Now she's silent on the trafficking. Silent on the exploitation, silent on the actual evil at the border. So she's not standing up for the vulnerable. She's standing in front of cameras. And speaking of the vulnerable, let's talk about the children. Not the ones in photo ops, not the ones politicians pretend to care about when the cameras are rolling. I'm talking about the real victims, the ones being trafficked, exploited, and lost in the shadows. You want something to cry about? Cry for the kids who were days away from being sold into sex slavery. Cry for the children who were trafficked, abused, and discarded like property. No one marched for them. No hashtags, no press tours, no politicians in white suits. Cry for the silence that followed their rescue, because saving innocent kids doesn't fit the narrative. But don't tell me AOC's fighting for the vulnerable, because when it actually mattered, she wasn't there. Well, let's talk about the real victories, the ones no one in the media bothered to mention. Texas, they launched Operation Soteria Shield. 109 children rescued, 244 predators taken down, over 1,000 devices seized, all loaded with depravity. How much media coverage did it get? None. Not a word. Then Operation Restore Justice, nationwide, 5-day blitz, 115 more kids saved, 205 predators behind bars. FBI field office involved, and still total media silence. In Florida, they ran Operation Dragon Eye. 60 critically missing children found, 8 traffickers arrested, and some of these kids have been missing for months, vanishing into the darkness. But you didn't hear about it, did you? Because the cameras weren't invited. And in Jacksonville, backed by the Tim Tebow Foundation, the Intercept Task Force just located 25 missing children in just 72 hours. And some have been gone over a year. 122 devices analyzed, 66 arrests made, and yet silence. No breaking news, no viral outrage, no politicians sprinting to a podium. Just real people doing the work, saving real lives. This is what protecting the vulnerable actually looks like. Not tweeting, not crying, not grandstanding. Saving children from hell. While the media glorifies radicals and fuels division, hundreds of kids were pulled from cages. And not the symbolic kind, the real ones. So let's recap. AOC's out here screaming impeachment. Al Green files it again like it's some kind of hobby. AOC props up radicals, welcomes Hamas sympathizers, and cashes in on outrage. Meanwhile, real heroes, no cameras, no press, no applause. They're just out here rescuing children. The media is too busy covering drama to bother with deliverance. This isn't leadership. It's not politics. It's performance art masquerading as morality. And if that doesn't light a fire in you, then you're not paying attention. This isn't just about Washington's dysfunction. It's not just about failed leadership or media corruption. This is happening in your town, your school, your front door. So if you're fired up too, let's make some noise. Like the video, drop a comment. I want your voice in the conversation. And share it. Let people know what the media won't. And subscribe for more unfiltered rants, real stories, and truth with teeth. Follow us everywhere at Pardon the Curiosity. They can hide the headlines, but they can't silence the truth. Stay sharp, stay bold, and we'll see you next time.